Full self-driving is just 5 years away. Well, that excuse might finally be over. At Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin, Tesla has done something that's shaking the entire auto industry. The company has completed its first batch of 100 Cybercab vehicles, and here's the crazy part. No steering wheel, no pedals, no human backup. This isn't some futuristic concept anymore. This is real production, a car built from the ground up to drive itself and nothing else. But here's what's interesting. People aren't just talking about production numbers or even Elon Musk's big vision. They're talking about how this car feels. Because early riders didn't describe it as luxurious like a Mercedes. Instead, many said it felt like something else entirely. A strange mix of excitement and fear. And the biggest shock? There is absolutely no control. When Elon Musk unveiled the Cybercab back in 2024, the interior looked clean, minimal, almost too minimal. The front row was completely empty. No steering, no pedals, nothing. Meaning if something goes wrong, you can't take over. At all. Imagine this. The car takes a sharp turn at 45 miles per hour. Your hand instinctively moves forward, trying to grab the wheel. But there is no wheel, just a screen. For over a century, driving has meant holding control. Now, suddenly, that control is gone. And even if the system works perfectly, your brain still asks, what if it doesn't? In fact, during testing in Austin, one Cybercab reportedly braked for something as small as a drifting leaf. Now sure, Tesla programs its AI to be cautious, but here's the problem. You can't predict how a machine will react, and that uncertainty makes people uneasy. Then there's another unusual change. The Cybercab doesn't even have a traditional rear window. Everything depends on cameras and screens. Some people love the futuristic vibe. Others say it feels like sitting inside some kind of sealed pod. Think about reversing into a tight spot. Normally, you turn your head, check mirrors, adjust your view, but here, you just trust the system completely. And for many people, that's not easy. Now let's talk about the doors. They look cool, no doubt. They open upward in a smooth, dramatic motion and close with precision. But for first-time passengers, the speed and movement can feel a bit intense. Some even instinctively pull their legs back like they're stepping into some kind of high-tech machine. It's impressive, but also slightly unsettling. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Charging. Originally, Tesla promised fully wireless charging. You just park over a pad and the car would charge automatically. No cables, no effort, pure convenience. But recent prototypes tell a different story. Some Cybercabs have been spotted using a hidden physical charging port, even plugging into Tesla's V4 superchargers. So what changed? Simple answer. Reality. Wireless charging sounds great, but at high power levels, it's complicated. There are issues like heat, energy loss, and slower charging speeds. And for a robo-taxi that's supposed to run almost 24/7, downtime is the enemy. So Tesla made a smart move. They kept wireless charging for quick top-ups, but added wired charging for fast, reliable power when needed. In short, wireless equals convenience, wired equals survival. Now let's talk about design decisions. The Cybercab only has 2 seats. Why? Because Tesla's data shows that over 90% of trips involve 1 or 2 passengers. So instead of making one car for everyone, they're building purpose-specific vehicles for their future autonomous fleet. Smaller cars like Cybercab for short rides and bigger vehicles for larger groups. It's not just a car anymore. It's part of a system. Now comes the big question everyone is asking. Can Tesla really sell this for $30,000? On paper, it sounds almost impossible, but Tesla is doing a few things differently. First, a new manufacturing system. Instead of building cars step by step, they assemble large sections separately and combine them at the end. If this works at scale, it could massively reduce production time and cost. Then there's the design itself. No steering wheel, no pedals, fewer parts, less complexity. In fact, Tesla claims the Cybercab uses around 60% fewer components than a Model Y. That's a huge cost advantage. They're also relying on their new 4680 battery cells to cut costs even further. So yes, technically $30,000 isn't impossible, but there's a catch. Regulations. A car with no steering wheel has zero backup option. If governments don't approve full self-driving at scale, everything slows down. And without mass production, the low price target falls apart. So the real question isn't, Can Tesla build one Cybercab for $30,000? The real question is, can they build millions of them legally and reliably before 2027? Because that's what will decide everything. So what do you think? Is this the future of transportation, or are we moving too fast, too soon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this honest breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to Avengers Autos for more real, no-hype car content. I'll see you in the next one.